What to not take with you into 2021. Hey, I'm Dr. Jane, and I'm joined by the wonderful Devi Jade. This is Woo Woo Wednesday. Hey, Jade.
Hey.
There's several things I want to leave behind when we launch into the next new year. What about you?
Well, she wants me to be really serious, and this is really going to be difficult for me. So I'll just let you.
I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what am I supposed to leave? My old beliefs, my old paradigms, old. Leave them back. Leave them.
When you say it like that, it just sounds silly.
It is silly.
Well, I mean, leaving your old paradigms behind is probably pretty good, but what's something that's practical? If somebody's watching this and they're like, come on, help me out. Tell me how I can, move forward with a new energy into 2021. Because 2020, it knocked a lot of people for a loop. It was a hard year to go through, obviously, duh. But
well, it is. This is I don't know what they said, the new norm or whatever they call it. I don't know. Maybe, I don't think the animals feel that way, but that's completely off the subject. So,
well, we have memories. So, it's kind of like after 9/11, we had to find our new normal because so many different things changed. This is a different type of change. And so, yeah, you have to figure out what your new normal is. It's like having a baby. You don't just continue life as it was with your first child. You have to figure out your new normal. So
why don't we do this instead of, even though it said what to leave behind, maybe we have surprised you guys, and we're going to do the opposite, which is do what to move with into.
Yeah. Either way, what to leave behind helps to reveal what to move forward with, and vice versa. What to move forward with helps to reveal what to leave behind. So, twofer.
Yeah. Well, okay. So what to leave behind? I would say let's do it this way. Let's pick three things. The three things that I'm going to leave behind is, I don't know, because I cleared a bunch of stuff out. So I'm like pretty much on task. So.
Okay. Well, if you're not Jade and you haven't already cleared everything and your life is perfect.
Okay, so let's get rid of like that thing that people think if I do the LOA, I'm going to get this. See, here's the thing about LOA, you guys, which in case you don't know is law of attraction. There are literally detailed steps that are very important for you to take. So take out all of these like 8,000 groups that you're going into and get rid of, or this way, I don't know which way we're going, get rid of some of that stuff and go to what you really, really love and toss the rest of it behind. Because at the end of the day, unless you're in our little group or some other tiny little groups, you're literally talking to yourself.
That's true, because there's so much clutter there. I think that if I can just paraphrase what I think you just said, is don't clutter all of your information. Find the voices that really speak to you and then clear out the rest.
See, this is what I love about her, because when I go back and I watch these myself, I think it's a good thing she clarifies what I say, because the way that I talk in a circle and in and out and in and out. And then
I think you kind of talk like this.
I do.
If it was a circle, we could follow you better.
You guys, it's a dance. Okay, so I really appreciate her clarifying that. And that's actually an exact example, because there are a lot of voices that you guys are thinking, I got to go in this group. I got to go in this group. Oh my God, but these guys teach this. Oh, but I need to finish these 5 programs that I bought that I still haven't done. Oh my God, I'll lose money if I don't. And then you go in there and you think, okay, I'm going to do it. You've never done it. It's still sitting there from 2018. Get rid of it.
Yeah, I love that. That is something that everyone can not take with them. If there's something that you said, I need to do that, I need to do that, I need to do that, but it's kind of an outdated goal, then release it. Release it. Maybe it gave you some motivation that allowed other things to materialize in your life at one point, but let it go. Mm-hmm. Deep breath in, release the goal.
Look, she's pretending to be me.
Oh yeah, I did kind of like, go into the overly poetic.
Because when you're, let's just say we are going into the Olympics, you're going to take what you have for yourself, your own gifts, your own strengths. You're not going to take all of that old stuff with you to the next place, because you're going to have new competitors. You're going to have new things. You've got to look forward. Remember, I've taught you guys about, well, maybe not this group, another group, the horse thing. Horses do not go backwards unless we pull on them. Most four-leggeds move forward. They don't really go back. So that's what we're going to use. We're going to use horsepower. It's a balance of energies, because they breathe really strong. Can you imagine being on the horse track and they all said, oh, well, let me go backwards? That's not going to happen. Okay.
It's called a donkey.
Huh?
That's called a donkey.
Okay. Then
like stubborn and dumb.
Formula One guys, they're on it. They're only going one way. They can't look at all of what's going on. They can only do total tunnel vision. So what we're going to tell you guys is tunnel vision is going to be a good thing for the month of January.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah. So that brings my number 2, at least, is, and this may be back into the, when Jade was saying self-limiting beliefs, but seriously, I'm not going to bring into 2021 anything with me that other people have assigned to me. So their opinions about me belong to them. So if somebody thinks that I'm not good enough or smart enough or talented or good looking or whatever, I respect that energy, but I'm not going to put it on and adopt it. So if one person has a problem with me, I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to let them have it. I'm going to release my ownership of their thoughts and beliefs and respect that they can have them. And then I'm going to embrace my own.
Okay. Now I'm going to add something to that, because here's what happens. And this is really chunking it down to, different age groups, because the 20 somethings aren't going to hear this. You're going to go, la, 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 and you're going to pretend that you're doing it different. And
what was that?
You look at Instagram and everybody's got the same eyes, the same lips, the same everything. Okay. So that more than likely will stay a little bit the same. So for the 20 somethings, just do one little thing that's different, one little thing that's unique to you. It's like, well, I'm not unique. Find it. I don't care. Put a cat on your head. That's unique. Okay. Then the next section is your 30s. Now you're becoming, you've got those 20 things going. The 30s are like, okay, now I kind of got it. So then you start immersing yourself in it, but you're still swimming around, and you're kind of looking outside, even though you're going inside. So you can grab more things that belong to yourself. You're not in the little end. You're a little bit farther. Now in your 40s, this is when you're starting to say, oh, I don't think so. But you still have a smaller peer group. You only want certain people around you, but needless to say, you're in career mode. So you're like, oh crap, I need to start getting going. Now, if you go into the 50s group, you watch those women, they'll say, I don't give a shit. Okay. And
most of them do, but most of them, yeah. But I think also
where they really they're starting into wisdom years. So they're like, okay.
The 30s and 40s is where I think the first thing that we said is really important as well, the letting go of old goals, because you set all these goals in your teens and your 20s and you're just like so married to them. Then you get in your 30s and you're still working toward these outdated goals and you don't even stop to ask yourself why. So both those things I think are really, really important for the 30s.
So I'm going to give you a way to do it. What do? This comes to write down really what you're passionate about. Super passionate. I'm going to go back into time. This might be that one thing that you really, really loved. I always wanted to dance. Am I telling you to throw your whole, I went to school, I got a degree, like throwing everything away? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying write down a couple of those and just start doing it, because being on the internet, it's a lot easier for you to do it than it was previously.
Yeah.
So have fun with it, and definitely take a day or two off from your personality. So
absolutely. Well, and something, we actually have a tool, a free tool on guildcoaching.com's website that can help you do just what Jade was talking about. It's a personal.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. This is not a sales.
It's a free tool. You can go to guildcoaching.com. You can download it. There's a link to it in the video description here, and you can just download it. It'll guide you through just the basic life planning steps. So it'll take you through exactly what she was saying, so that you can come up with a picture of really what your life could look like if you would honor but not carry with you everything that's happened in the past, and start with who you are today moving forward. So go there, check that out, and take it, because it's free. It's our free gift to you.
And know this, you guys, there's a moment in time, like every morning you look in that mirror and you tell yourself, I really recommend this without fail every day. Tell yourself, I love you so much, and do it 9 times, because you'll find yourself looking over here, looking at there, and it's almost difficult sometimes for people, and you can stare yourself down, but really feel it, and you'll start shifting. Okay.
I want to tell you one of my favorite tools. This is a purple one. The color has no significance really, other than it's the one that's right in front of me. But I use dry erase markers on the mirror in my bathroom to write affirmations that I really, because it's, you can just wipe them off just like a dry erase board. So any affirmation that's really important to you, or that you really want to focus on, write I love you, write yourself a love note on the mirror, and you can just wipe it off when it's time. It's dry erase.
That's really a good one.
Yeah. So, and that's actually the third one. The third thing, I'm going to shift into what you had said, what to take. Write down all the things all the negative self-talk that you think about yourself, all the negative things that you tell yourself, write all those down, and then write down the truth that you want to embrace in that area instead, and make those your affirmations. And then get your favorite color. I recommend darker, because the lighter ones you can't really see on your mirror, but go get a dark dry erase marker and write your affirmations on your mirror and say them to your beautiful self as you're preparing for your day. And every time you go in the bathroom, you're going to see them. And even if you don't read through them every time, your subconscious knows what's there. And so it's just that extra little emotional hug.
I agree. That's a really good one. And it's easy.
So easy. And it's cheap. Here.
Don't take how cheap you're going to be into 2021.
I'm not cheap. I'm economical, but I'm not cheap.
Okay.
Well, what else? What's something, let's go personal now. What's something that you are going to pledge to leave in 2020 and not take into 2021?
Well, first of all, you guys, write it in the chat, because that's important, because again, we do look at those, and then that gives us a launching for another show for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Put it in the comments. Jade and I are pretty good at coming in and responding to you guys, and we love seeing your takeaways and fielding your questions.
What I want you guys to take is exactly what I'm doing right now. Take in truth. Truth is a funny thing, because people have a belief about what it is, and the truth of the truth is we lie. We lie all the time to ourselves. So bring in what you want and write that down. That's those I am statements that she's speaking of. That really is the most important thing, because if you practice that one thing alone and taking care of your body, those two things will change your life.
And if you don't know how to write an I am statement, because some people will say, I am a millionaire. Well, your subconscious mind is like, no, you're not. So don't start with that. But if you don't know how to do it, we have a whole playlist with recorded sessions. We have affirmations for almost anything you can think of. And if we don't have it, message me and we'll record one in the topic that you want. But we have the I am affirmations in 10-minute sessions, and you can play them behind you, and it can help train you to feel comfortable with how to do that. Yeah. So you're going to take I am statements into 2021, the I am statements that are your new truth or continuing truth.
Yeah, because actually I'm going to tell you guys a little big secret. I live my truth 100% actually. That's not even kidding. I've done the little things that you can do to see where you are, So my mind saw it, but I live my truth 100% of the time.
Yeah, I don't think that that's a secret. I think that that's a beautiful thing about you.
Thank you. So as you do that, it's like, well, how do you do that? And how do you know? Because you're crazy like me and you act silly like me, and then you get very spiritual. That's how you do it. With Jane, okay, she can speak for herself and but are there areas then, Jade, that I'm not perfect in? Yeah.
Of course. I mean, you're perfectly imperfect because you're human. I am going to not take with me the change of life, our new normal, really threw me off of my personal commitment to myself as far as my daily routine. And so I'm not going to take that slip with me. I'm going to take a recommitment to really pouring into myself daily because, Jade said, I'm busy. I've got a lot of folks, around me and a lot of people I'm serving, and I love that. But I have to make sure that my cup is full. And I had a little slip there where there was so much need that I neglected filling my own cup. So I'm going to leave that in 2020 and take a full cup into 2021.
I ask this girl every time before we get on, I said, are you like, okay? Because she's the typical person that worked in corporate at one time, and you just feel like you have to railroad yourself consistently, and it's the tune of never enough, never enough, never enough, never enough. I mean, it almost sounds.
I ebb and flow. I don't know that I'm that bad anymore, but when I go into building mode, I definitely go into building mode, and I can shut down and forge ahead. But I have a renewed commitment to leave the part of that doesn't serve me behind, which feels really good.
So what I'm talking about right now is what she was doing in 2020, and already we are moving into that place. So she's on board with herself to shift it. So it's important. And so what if somebody like me that's in their flow, it's like, well, then what do you leave behind? I leave behind clients that I've been working with, or people I've been working with for like 12 years, and they're still wondering how to tie their shoe, or what shoe should I take to Paris if I get to go, or I don't know. I mean, that kind of thing, because it will create space for people that really want to move up instead of people that just want to hang on. That's what I'm leaving behind.
Barnacles.
Well, yeah.
That's what, the people who attach and just, aren't really on their own growth journey, but they need your wisdom. But it's almost, and I've done that as well. It's a service to them to release them, because they have to not have the crutch. So that is, if you've ever been released by a coach or a guide or a mentor, it was out of love, because your growth needed their absence rather than their presence. So,
and that can happen in every area of your life. There might be friends that you like, oh my gosh, that person again. And it's difficult because, especially as women, we get very attached and we feel like we need to do it. But absolutely, I would say this: if that's too hard, create space for yourself, a month.
Yeah. Excellent. Wow, this is fantastic. I hope that everyone has come through 2020 and can have a smile on their face right now, and can go into 2021 with renewed hope for success and happiness and low stress. And that's what we're here for. So make sure before you go that you give us a thumbs up on this video, and that you subscribe to the channel so that the next time that we drop a video to help you be lower stress and a higher happiness person, and just overall more in flow with your life.